or YouTube videos for DIY projects, music videos, blogs, some of my own that I've used it for posting some of my own to certain news agencies. I've been a photojournalist now for 3 different world events: the 2012 London Paralympic Games, the 2013 World Dwarfism Games, 2014 Sochi Winter Paralympic Games, and now going down to Rio to brave the elements and get as much as we possibly can out of the Paralympics, which will have an unprecedented 66 hours of coverage for the first time here in the U.S. So the stills are going to be really important to these other news agencies and magazines, and it's a very good and grand opportunity, and not everybody gets it. These, you have to be pretty much vetted to get your credentials, and it takes a lot of networking. You have to be well respected within your craft. Your reputation is on the line. I've always been able to work well with the U.S. Olympic Committee and U.S. Paralympic Committee and media as an athlete, and that helped me to transfer over to being a photographer or a photojournalist and being able to cover these special events, which seem to be once in a lifetime, then another once in a lifetime, and another once in a lifetime. So here we go. It's going to be quite interesting. I'm going to show you my kits from London, which is very basic, how it grew a little bit to Sochi, and how it evolved into what will be Rio, then Korea, and hopefully sustainable all the way until 2020 in Tokyo. And it's not going to be so much a review as just showing you that you can do it, and it is possible. So, like we used to say on the Speakers Network, amazing weights, medals are great, but also really pertinent images of our athletes are going to be amazing and important and great. So let's get on with it and show you the equipment that I started out with and where we go from there. I'll be right back. Basic but very light. My 35mm original Canon EOS Rebel, 8 megapixel tank of an ELF, and a T3i with its kit lens and an extra 1-300 plus a shutter release remote. Moving on to Sochi, all I really did was add the 70-200 Sigma HSM along with its 2-time extender. Got a little bit heavier, but I didn't want to wait in line for the Canon desk anymore. Of course, now for Rio, a lot of things got dropped and a lot of things got added. 2 new lenses, the 1-300 L Series 2 USM and the 18-135mm f4 to 5.6 EFS IS, and all my new camera bodies, the D, the T, and even the ELF are all Wi-Fi now and rated at 20 megapixels or higher. So as you can see, I'm a Canon guy. Other than the Sigma that I have, the 70-200 APG DO HSM, I actually got it because I fell in love with what the Canon desk gave me and what all my contemporaries were carrying as their standard, which was, everybody knows, 70-200, and it's a standard for everything from action to portrait. You can't beat it. It's a tank. Whether you have the original, you have the L USM, or you have the new 2, you just can't beat it for weather-resistant quality. It's built, it's heavy as hell, but the Sigma was a little bit lighter. It cost about $1,700 along with the 2-time converter, or the 2-time extender that went along with it, which does not fit any other lens. But it's got some pretty good resilience and took some awesome photos too. And especially in the low light. Probably not as crisp as Canon's, but you know, pretty good. Not as many groups, optical groups in there, but did a fine job. Actually, it did a little bit of its own Olympic performance when some Swiss guy bumped me, and it was hanging into my photo vest by its tripod mount, and bumped, and I lurched forward, and it did a triple twist and a couple of flips and landed hood first, 14 feet down, bounced, did another 3 flips and stuck the landing on the tripod mount. Yeah, everybody went. They tried to get the guy just took off. He knew what he did, he just left. And this is in the middle of Russia, and yeah, he was gone from this was at the medal ceremonies, and the Swiss guy put it on his camera, and he just shot away. And he was like, looks okay to me. A couple of shots are sticky, and I was like, okay, well, there's obviously a crack somewhere, but if it's gonna go, it's gonna go. And I finished up my assignments. So it wasn't bad. It did cost about $300 to get fixed, where if I would have had the Canon, because I took it into the Canon guys to have a look at it, they said they would have fixed it for free or replaced it with a brand new one, because the Canon desk has thousands of lenses, new bodies. You can get anything from them, but my point, being in a wheelchair, is not to wait in the line. It's not to get caught up and have to pick up something or bring it back late at night or bring it back in the morning and then have it reissued. It takes up time, it's time consuming, and you got to get your assignment, so that's it. So now I have all the gear that I need, and I shouldn't have to do anything or get anything that I really need from Canon unless I want a special lens, like possibly a wide body. We have photo positions, a wide angle. We have photo positions that are at the major tourist attractions where we can take secure transports from the media center and go on these little excursions and go to these other photo venues that are set up because Rio wants us to show how good they look, which I'm sure it is picturesque. Probably just they don't have the venues in the other areas where they don't want you to take pictures. So, but that's okay. We're not going to diss on the games. We're going to focus on how to be safe, what to carry, what you can use, and that you can actually go from being an athlete performing with big gear to being a photojournalist, taking big gear in little cases and getting the job done. The transition's all right, and this will be my 5th Olympic flame in a row I've seen lit. So I hope you enjoyed the packing part, and then the review on the LowePro L15 AW all-weather Flipside, which actually only opens up from the back, and it has a waist strap wide enough. Not only can it fit around you and your waist, and you can actually flip it so you can drop it down from your shoulder straps, and the front is exposed so you can get your gear out. It also pulls out as a day pack the inside compartment, and you can have actually 2 sets of gear, or you can lock it around your wheelchair. Very easy, because that waist strap is huge, so nobody's getting to it. They're going to have to yank you and your wheelchair to take your gear. And you go, whatever, and yeah, take my wheelchair and my gear. No, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep wheeling. But that's just me. So, other than trying to be bulletproof, let's get to the packing. Okay, so I've got a little bit of extra stuff hanging out. What do I do with it? Well, nice thing is, this is where your tripod's supposed to go, and this was a major complaint. Tripod didn't really fit as well as some of the other models, but why not use it for rain jacket or photo vest? And for the little extras that I didn't manage to get in here, and the nice thing is you got large loops, so if your hands are a little quadded out, you can easily grab and pull, flip back, just shove it down the side. As you saw, this compartment is totally rainproof, weatherproof. A lot of stuff can fit in here. Little extras, if you had creds or credentials or something else. I'm probably going to be using my little elf while I'm traveling at the airport, shooting outside. I'm not going to break this stuff out until I actually get to the main media center. So, nice waterproof case. Flip it around the 2 loops here. Extra little security lock. There you go. Only thing I don't have is room for the 2-time converter. Do I need it? I could use it because I doubt anybody else is going to have a Sigma. I can always put it in my photo vest. Now they do have photo vests there, but they're lightweight. They're not Dankies, and they're not going to be as strong. So literally all my travel essentials are going to go into all those pockets, and I'm going to wear that thing on the plane. Everything from backup meds and first aid items to a couple little extra toys that don't fit, like say this. Oh, and here's a little other unique thing that you can do. Take your monopod, or, yep. Close it up. Easy draw, or you could do it again. Have hand problems, easy draw. Of course, this is a little bit more difficult if you don't have the dexterity. It's difficult even without the dexterity, or with dexterity. But other than this, as you can see, the footprint is actually the same size as the LowePro travel bag. There's still a little bit of extra room, and I can probably put my iPad in there as well. So my iPad Pro will actually fit, even though it doesn't look like it. From this side, it will. And that's it. Even lock down your credentials on the other side so nothing's flopping around. Again, the waist strap. I'll show you in a second, and you'll see how it fits onto the wheelchair. Now, of course, this is not my travel or work chair. This is just one of my home chairs, but you'll get the idea. Loop it around, go, and here is the waist strap. Try and take that off the chair, you can't. That waist strap also expands enough to literally sit in your chair. Have that on the back of your chair. Put the strap around you, and you could literally loosen it up, flip it around. There's there's quick releases on the straps. There's also extra releases on the straps, and there's actually a cross piece right here to here. It goes around your chest. Nobody's getting to it. They got to take you with it. All depends on how stubborn you want to be. So, goodbye to hot dogs and beer, and hello to Brazilian barbecue. Just make sure that if you go, as always, drink the drink, but don't eat the ice. Actually, probably shouldn't even put any ice into your drinks at all. So stick with what's bottled and what's cold. Follow the CDC guidelines and be safe. Oh, my service dogs. So as you can see, everything fits fine. It works. There's not going to be any issues, and I just wanted this to be informative. This was my first try at like a DIY in a review. As you can see, that LowePro is really nifty. The one thing I didn't show you is that there's actually a pocket underneath. You pull that thing out, and just like the inside compartment, there is a whole rain cover that goes over the back. And if you've been watching the Olympics, it's been raining like every third day or so. So at the Paras, I expect it to be the same, if not more, because the Olympics had perfect weather in Sochi, and we got massively bad weather. But then again, in London, the Olympics had kind of off weather, and we had picture perfect weather until the end of the games. So other than that, this is the safest way to travel. It balances out the wheelchair pretty good. Just got to be careful two-wheeling. I hope to make more of these blogs as I go on, but from the games they'll be short and concise, and I keep it normally under 3 minutes for the press organizations that I'm working for. Yeah, I'm looking gruffy, probably not the best, but one of my security friends said, "Don't look American. Grow out the gruff, mess the hair up, wear nondescript clothing," and I'm like going, how am I not going to be American? Been a soldier, an American athlete, American military athlete, American military coach. Just pray for us and pray for all the other photojournalists, and don't be afraid to grab some good gear, pack it up. You do it right, sky's the limit. You can photograph anything you want and not need any more. So with that, again, Kevin Stone, CEO of Tonesy Corporation, with the media division covering my old DBA, Stoneworks Imagined, and Kevin J. Stone Photography. And give us some feedback. We're signing off. Enjoy the Paralympics. They start September 5th, run through the 18th. NBC.